Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the secret of how the rich get richer and how you can join them. My name is Artem Chuprin. I love talking about all things financial, and I hope to offer you some tips and tricks that can help you master your money and help you grow financially. Becoming wealthy begins with having a correct mindset. Some have a poor mentality that becoming rich is beyond their reach. The rich have an entirely different mindset when it comes to money from people who will never succeed financially. Why is it that when some people get a large amount of money given to them, like a tax cut or a stimulus check or even an inheritance, and their money disappears? What is the difference between some people who always seem to be able to attract more money and other people living right next to them that seem like money just slips through their fingers and they're not able to hold on to it? Before we jump into the rest of this video, I wanted to kind of talk about a few myths about rich people. The number one myth out there is to get rich, you need a lot of money. So most rich people get an inheritance and that's why they're rich. The reality is 80% of millionaires are first generation millionaires. Only 20% of them have inherited any substantial amount of money. Even the people that got an inheritance, only a small percentage of them had a large enough amount given to them to make them millionaires. The second crazy thing is you can walk down a grocery store and walk by 2 or 3 millionaires without ever knowing it. You can't tell by looking at their car. You can't tell by looking at their watch, what kind of shoes they wear, or even the type of house that they live in. The average millionaire drives a used car, doesn't dress in a fancy way, will live in a normal neighborhood. The average millionaire really doesn't look like the average millionaire. So let's talk a little bit about what makes them succeed so you can learn this for yourself. The first step is the wealthy love to educate themselves about money. When our high school is over, some of you guys go to college. When college is over, a lot of people stop learning. The wealthy never stop learning. They always want to learn more about money, about finances, about businesses. They can spend money just to even go on a course. I'm not saying you guys need to spend money to go to some of those courses, but sometimes if there is a successful businessman that lives nearby and he's hosting a luncheon and you find out about it, there's a great person to learn the local tricks of the trade right there next to you. Another way that the wealthy grow is they have a network of people they interact with, they talk with, that allow them to learn. Sorry, there's a school bus and I'm distracted because it's bright and it's yellow. What's another way that wealthy people can learn? They take chances, they take risks. Now, this is not to say I'm gonna go and take all my money and throw it down into Shiba Inu coin. The wealthy are willing to make mistakes. They're willing to mess up. If I wanna start a business, there's no other way to start a business than starting a business. You just jump in, start figuring it out as you go. They really seek education as a secret to their wealth. Education will allow you to see opportunities when they come up. The second big way that the rich and the poor mindset is very different is the concept of debt. Debt may seem like a scary term, and a lot of us are taught that debt is bad. If you watched any Dave Ramsey videos, get out of debt at all costs. That's the message that is preached. But the rich have learned that debt can be used to your advantage. It's a scary thing that you have to pay back and you're gonna have this number looming over you no matter what. Some people are so afraid of that, they don't even wanna buy a house. It's a scary concept that I'm gonna owe a large amount of money and it's bearing down on me like this weight. The other side of the poor mindset is debt is assumed. You're gonna have debt. So you might as well just swipe that plastic whenever you see something nice. Oh, you want that new car? That's fine. Sign your name. You have a nice income. You just got a raise at your job. No problem. You drive that car off the lot and you're just gonna make your payments every month and no big deal. Everybody does that. But the poor mindset person doesn't realize that debt is not something that has to creep up with income. The rich mindset not only realizes that debt doesn't have to be scary, they use debt to their advantage. Everybody's house value has jumped up over the last 5-7 years. Ours has tripled. But what does that mean? If I'm not gonna use that money that's stored in my house, if I'm not gonna use that equity, it's not of any benefit to me other than taxes are going up higher and higher. Using your house to invest, for example, that can seem like a scary proposition. To buy a rental property, or maybe if the market crashed, they're gonna invest, realizing that the stock market will go up over time. Now, that comes with risks. So that's why you have to educate yourself first, just like we talked before. A lot of poor mindset individuals will definitely not approach the stock market when it crashed 30 or 40%. How can I maximize debt so I can grow at a faster rate? Or so I can maximize this opportunity that's coming up and I don't have any money in my pocket? That's how you can use debt in a good way. The next big way that the rich mindset is different than the poor mindset is the ability of the rich to invest. This whole channel is about investing. There's a lot on YouTube that you can research, but investing can be a scary thing to a lot of people. The rich have learned that money can grow more money. Investing is not only the stock market. You can invest in different type of assets. For example, you're going to invest and buy a house. That way you can rent it out. That's an investment in real estate. Maybe you're going to buy raw land realizing this area has grown really, really fast. Everybody's moving to this state. I know that they're going to need this area, and here's a plot of land that's going to be used for businesses down the road. I'm going to buy this land, and that will grow in value to be able to be used for manufacturing or for businesses because it's prime real estate down the road. That's also investment. So you can invest in art, different type of assets that will grow over time. Maybe you really understand classic cars and you realize you can find a really good deal that's minimal maintenance, but you can spice it up just enough to make that car gain a lot of value. My brother-in-law, he understands classic cars, and that's one of his ways that he wants to store value. Maybe you're into weapons, you're into guns, and you know that there's a lot of guns out there that have a lot of value. You're gonna find different things that will creep up in value over time. That is investing. Investing doesn't have to be as scary as some people think. Learn to invest into an index fund. Sometimes people seem like they're making money left and right. You have millionaires popping up from dogecoin, from shiba inu, from Bitcoin, all these latest things out there. Just follow the old-fashioned way of investing. It may sound boring, and that slow growth, it becomes phenomenal. Another big way that the rich and the poor mindset is very different is the time horizon to your outlook in life. The poor person may try really hard for the next 1 year, maybe even 2 years, to try and get rich. And they're gonna try all sorts of different schemes, but it doesn't work that way. The wealthy individual, they realize their time horizon can be 5 years, maybe 10 years. So in that time frame, they're gonna set up different steps to achieve their goal. Maybe the first step is, I'm gonna buy a small house and I'm gonna start renting it out. As that house is gaining value and it's paying itself off, I'm gonna use that equity and buy into a second house, maybe in 2 years. In 2 more years, you're gonna buy 2 more houses. So within 5-year period, now all of a sudden, you have your house and 4 rental properties. This doesn't happen fast. Maybe you're gonna start a business. A lot of times, a business will take 3 to 5 years to become profitable. So you're gonna put a lot of time, a lot of effort. And if your goal is to become rich in 3 years or in 5 years, you might get discouraged. You might give up. The rich mindset, it allows a person to persevere no matter what comes up. They realize it might take 10, 15 years, but I'm on the path to wealth growth. They're on a slow path, possibly by your standard, but they will get there. You have all heard the marshmallow test about little kids. If you give them 1 marshmallow or tell them hold off and you can have 2 marshmallows if you don't eat that first one. A lot of times, adults are not any different. We want instant gratification now. And rather than giving up those things for a longer horizon, we want something that's gonna be quick and fast right now, and we give up the longer horizon. A wealthy person doesn't just make their money from their 9-to-5 job. Another way that the wealthy and the rich are different is through many streams of income. The poor mindset will allow a person to think, hey, I work hard at my 9-to-5. Why do I need to slave away for hours after work and learning something different or trying something new or risking something on the side? I work really hard. And that's correct. But the wealthy-minded person, they realize that security of their job that they have right now, it's not very secure. Anything can happen. So they plan on having other ways of money coming in. We talked about rentals already. Maybe they have a couple houses with renters in them. That doesn't make you a lot of money, maybe a couple $100 a month, but it is a couple $100 that is passive income. Maybe they have investments. They don't grow as fast as some people may want. But over time, over maybe a decade or 2 decades, that amount of money can start paying them dividends that are quite a large amount of money. It's a lot of amount of monies. Other ways of passive income. You can start a business on the side. Maybe you have a really busy road where you live and you're gonna sell some chicken eggs. It doesn't sound like it makes a lot of money, but guess what? If you can get food for really cheap and you have a good place for your chickens to run around, they have healthy eggs, you can sell some eggs and that'll make you a couple bucks a day. And you don't have to do much for that. Find out how to sell something on the internet. Maybe you're really good at teaching lessons for musical instruments. All these kind of things are ideas of passive income. Maybe you're gonna put a course online on how to take good photography, how to take good pictures. So you make a little course about that and you post it online, and over time people will start buying into it. Maybe you start a YouTube channel. Those are passive income. It's a way that you can put work up front for very little money initially, but it starts to pay you more and more and more down the road. This is living proof right here. One of the biggest ways that the rich and the poor mindsets are different is the ability or the blindness to opportunity. The education that you equip yourself with, the learning from investing, learning to tap into debt, all those things, they culminate in the ability to be able to see an opportunity, not only see it, but capitalize on it. So if the market crashes 30 or 40%, would you have the money, would you have the ability to be able to first see that as an opportunity, and second, to have money in one of your assets that you can convert into investing power? Would you be able to see the house's value fall and realize this is an opportunity I can invest? Those kind of things are opportunities that the wealthy are always educating themselves about. They want to know, how can I make money in any situation? Maybe there's an obstacle, maybe there's a problem that needs solved. Instead of being upset at this problem, they start realizing, how can they help solve this problem? And by solving those problems that people run into, they will gain value for themselves. They will help others, and in process, by helping others, you will gain value, you will make money. The last way that the poor and the rich mindset are different is the level of commitment. Everybody wants to get rich, everybody wants to get wealthy, but is everybody willing to put in the work? Maybe a poor-minded person, they realize they can achieve wealth, but that means after working their 10-hour day, they're gonna come home, eat dinner, and then they're gonna have to be up for another 3 hours learning a new skill. Well, that's too hard. They don't have time for that. They work so hard, they deserve to rest, to watch Netflix, to chill on Instagram. A rich mindset will allow somebody to, after working really, really hard already, to pursue more skills, to put more time in, because they know that they want to achieve this road to success. And that road, it's a road that you have to pursue a little harder than the average person wants to. Maybe your friends are taking really big trips, or maybe they're buying nice cars and you kind of feel left out. If you want to have a rich mindset, you can learn to let certain things go. Maybe there's one area in your life that you want to splurge on, but everything else you're just going to minimize. You can't have nice cars and take fancy trips and live in a nice house and expect to build financial success. You're going to have to make sacrifices. And the rich mindset will allow you to make sacrifices for a long-term goal. You have a destination, you have a goal, but if your goal is no goal, that's exactly where you're gonna end up. I am willing to let those things go to be able to have that distant goal that will mean a lot more to me once I get there. But to get there, I have to give up some things. I have a friend that I know. He just bought a $60,000 truck. It's a nice truck. Things beautiful, but that truck will not allow him to get to financial freedom faster. So rather than spending your time after work just hanging out on Netflix, maybe watch some YouTube videos about finances. Write down a couple ideas and implement them in your life. Invest for the long term, pursue those dreams, and you'll get there. When I said the biggest difference between a rich and a poor mindset is the word mindset. If I can see myself becoming wealthy, if I can see myself becoming successful, I will pursue this road. And no matter what happens, I will find a way to get there. Your journey might be different than my journey, but we'll both get there if we make a commitment to do that. I hope maybe this video will get you motivated to shift your mindset and realize being rich is not something that's only for those people out there somewhere. I can become a wealthy individual. I wanted to show you guys my Roth IRA as usual. Here's the account. As you can see, it has grown wonderfully over the last couple years. Now, I expect the market will not continue to go up quite at this rate over the next year or two. We might go sideways for a little bit, and that's to be expected. But over the next 5 to 7 years, I expect that the market will go much, much higher. Guys, thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate you being here. If you find something useful in the video, hit that thumbs up button. Maybe tell a friend about the video. Might be useful for somebody else. I wish you guys well. Take care. I'll see you next Thursday. Artie out.